I was at a holiday market this past weekend and I am now fully in the festive feeling. I am going to take you guys on a fun little day. We are going to be doing a few projects, but before we do, we're going to head out to my favorite garden center because they are all set up for holiday. I can't wait to stroll through. Believe it or not, I've never made from scratch New England clam chowder before, and as a native New Englander, I think that is just a sin. So I'm going to correct that today. My husband's very excited about it. He actually requested this for Thanksgiving, so I want to do a trial run before I make it for everybody. I'm going to be doing a DIY wreath. I will show the picture of the inspiration right here because it is glorious. I have had it on my Pinterest board for years, so I'm very excited to finally get around to trying to recreate this beautiful wreath. But we are going to get all bundled up because it's very chilly today. It is 30 degrees outside. I think it just snowed in northern Vermont too, I heard. So it is starting to feel like winter, starting to feel like the holidays around here, and I need to fix this behind me and get it a little bit more festive. almost 2 hours in Russell's. I only spent $30 though. I was very good. I got a couple hyacinth bulbs because I have these gorgeous blue and white planters. I love to plant them in, so maybe we'll do that. I have some soil at home, and then I got some fresh greens. I almost got some of the faux juniper berries, and I'm just really trying to be a little bit more natural with my decor this year, so I didn't realize they had a bunch of the fresh greens in the back. So when I poked my head out, they did, and I found a fresh bunch. It was actually way more affordable than the plastic ones. So I know it won't last forever, but I am gonna use some of my own dried flowers at home. We're gonna go to Whole Foods right now. I need to get a few things. I almost bought some eucalyptus in Russell's. I needed to get some dried eucalyptus for the picture that we're doing, but they wanted $20 a bunch for a few eucalyptus branches, and I know it dries really, really well, so I'm actually gonna go to Whole Foods instead, pick up stuff for the clam chowder, and then we'll get some eucalyptus there. So hopefully I don't forget. I'm gonna add it to my list right now, but we're gonna head down the street. It's just a couple miles down the road, and it's already getting dark out, so I might have to film the wreath tomorrow because the lighting in my house is not great. We'll see. Anyway, let's get going. I have all my goodies laid out. We are gonna get started on our soup recipe. I actually printed this one from the internet. I know I have a million cookbooks, so you're probably like, why didn't you find one in cookbook, Caitlin? But I've wanted to try this recipe. It's a New York Times recipe, so I'll leave it down below for you. It has a 5-star rating and there's over 3,000 reviews on it, so I feel like it's a good way to test New England clam chowder. Plus, a lot of the books I have, I think people are nervous to make a New England clam chowder recipe. A lot of the New England cookbooks I have don't have one, or they are like kind of funky. They do like seaweed and things like that. So I'm trying to do classic, basic, delicious New England clam chowder. And I think this recipe is gonna be it. So we've got a little recipe, we've got all our goodies. The sun is practically down. It's only 3:44, but that is the beauty of New England in the fall. We're gonna get nice and cozy once we get the clams cooking.
Às vezes é da dor que vem o amor. Eu que pensava que era engano.
So while the clams are cooking, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. I bought a bottle yesterday, and it's just so cold out that I just want a glass of red wine. But I pulled out my favorite wine glasses, and I just thought I'd share you a story with you about how much I love these glasses. I did register for them for my wedding. They are from Crate & Barrel. I'll try and see if they're still available, but the story behind these glasses is I love the movie It's Complicated, like many people do. It came out when I was in college, and I remember going to the movie theater with my roommate at the time, and these glasses were on Meryl Streep's table when her friends were over, and I just thought they were so chic and so French and so beautiful. So I didn't get married until 5 or 6 years later, but I knew I wanted these glasses. They just have this beautiful stem. So whenever I drink out of these, I think of my roommate, Lindsay. I think of It's Complicated, and it just sort of makes me feel like I am Meryl Streep cooking in her kitchen in California, but not really, because we're in New England and it's chilly and rainy and cold, but that's okay. So we're almost done with the clams. I'm gonna go ahead and check on them. Lucy, is it killing you that it smells like bacon in here? It smells good, right? It's so cute. Mommy will save you a piece once it's cooked, okay? Soup is coming along nicely, but I will say the recipe says it takes 1 hour to cook. It is 5:20, and when did I say we started? Maybe 2 hours ago? An hour and a half ago? So I will say that's definitely probably, with everything prepped, is an hour, but I would leave yourself more time, but it looks really, really good. But the other thing we're having is, it's a store-bought item, but I wanted to share because we live in Massachusetts, but we live sort of inland and we're not close to the water. So it's hard to get fresh seafood and really good seafood. We have tried stuffed clams from almost every clam shack we've been to throughout New England, and the ones from Whole Foods are amazing. They actually are from a company out of Providence, so it is a local company. It's small batch. It's not like a Whole Foods technically store-bought thing. I'm rambling on about it, but if you do like stuffed clams, I highly suggest going to Whole Foods. They have 3 different kinds. Today I got the Portuguese style and then the traditional, which I think has bacon in it. My husband likes that one. I like the Portuguese because it's spicy. But either way, it's a nice little accompaniment with soup on a nice cozy night. It's a great little way to have something cozy and comforting and still kind of smells like something still really, really delicious. So we're having a little stuffed clam and our soup for dinner, and we're just waiting for the soup just to kind of get to its perfection, and I will give you a review later. But seeing as it's 5:30, I don't have time to make my wreath tonight. I'm already tired from making a bunch of product this morning, so tomorrow morning I will catch up with you and I will give you a little review on the soup, and we will make our little wreath together. Okay, well, it is the next day and I am brewing a cup of coffee. I would like to say good morning, but it's actually almost 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I spent most of the morning doing some work for my businesses, but I want to get to making our wreath. So it is freezing out, but we're gonna do this outside. So I'm coming prepared. I'm brewing some coffee so I can get some caffeine. I am bundled up. I think I have about 4 layers on. I'm gonna go get my gardening gloves and then we're gonna head outside and do our wreath. I'm so excited. I just have to grab the dried flowers that I dried last year. They've been quite handy this year in my decorating. So note to self for future gardening, do more dried flowers. And I also realized I never gave you an update on the clam chowder. So it was very delicious from a flavor perspective. I think both my husband and I agreed it should be a little bit creamier. So I did spend a little bit more time last night flipping through my cookbooks, and I think I found a solution. This recipe that I used didn't really use any flour or cornstarch to thicken the soup, and that kind of is what other clam shacks use. So I let it sit overnight hoping it would thicken up. It thickened up a little bit, but I just had some for lunch and it's still more broth-like. So delicious flavor though. If you don't like your clam chowder super thick, I think this recipe truly is a 10 out of 10, but we just like it a little bit more stick to your ribs creamy. So for Thanksgiving, I think what I'm gonna do is follow this recipe almost to a T, but I'm gonna add in a 1/4 cup of flour and just make sure I cook it out really, really well before I put any of the liquids in, and hopefully that will thicken it right up. I might actually add a little bit more butter and cream too, just because it's Thanksgiving.